So now we're going to talk about what happens if we have like terms in an expression or equation. So one thing I want to say before we talk about this is we are not solving any problems yet, okay? We are just rewriting them to make them simpler. We're not going to come up with an answer, okay? We're just going to rewrite the problem to make it simpler. It's kind of like when you're editing a paper in social studies or science or English class, and you read the sentence, and the sentence, like the information is correct, but the sentence just sounds funny. So you change the words in the sentence, but you're still saying the same thing. Does that make sense? So we're rewriting the problem, but we're not necessarily solving. All right. Anytime you see like terms in an expression or an equation, you're going to first mark them so that you know, hey, these two terms I can put together. Sometimes in the examples you're going to see, they're going to be right next to each other. Sometimes they're going to be far away from each other. So you have to say, okay, I've got an X over here and an X over there. I'm going to circle those because I'm going to put them together. So we're going to mark them. Anytime we see like terms in an expression or equation, I'm going to mark them. I can circle, I can underline, I can box them in, I can put stars, I can highlight. I don't care what you do. Mark them somehow. Then I'm going to add or subtract my coefficients, my numbers that are attached to the variables or that are not attached to the variables. We call those constants, right? So we said that 4a and 5a are like because their variables are the same, but their numbers are not. So that's where we combine. That's where we add or subtract. One thing I'm going to caution you, and every year students say, I don't want to do this, and every year I say, please do, because I promise when we get to harder problems, it's going to make your life easier. Before you even start, I know, and then they still don't listen to me, but that's okay. We're going to change all of the expressions to addition, okay, which we know how to do. We just change the sign of the next number to its opposite, okay? It will make your life easier in the future, I promise, okay? And we'll talk about what that looks like. So anytime we see like terms in an expression or an equation, we're going to mark them, and then we're going to combine them by either adding or subtracting. So, number one, example. I have 3x and I have 2x. Are those like terms?
Yes.
Yes. So I can combine them.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm going to add the coefficients. I'm going to add the coefficients. So 2 plus 3 is 5. And then my variable stays the same. And I put a little example down below. If I were to write this out in expanded form, I would have 3 x's, 1, 2, 3, and then I would have 2 more x's, 1, 2. And then I would have a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 x's. Okay? So we're combining things that can be combined. You go to McDonald's and you want 3 orders of French fries and your friend wants 2. You guys are very hungry, so you order 5 orders of French fries. Okay? All right, let's look at example number 2. I'm trying to figure out how to... Oh, good, I rewrote it down below. Okay, now, example number 2. I've got 2a, 3a, negative 7a, and negative 5a. When I originally wrote this problem, this said 2a plus 3a minus 7a minus 5a, and I changed it to adding a negative, adding a negative. So this problem, we have to not only combine like terms, but we have to deal with negatives. That's why we spend so much time looking at negative numbers. Okay, I've got 2a and 3a, which gives me what? 5. And then I have negative 7 and negative 5, which gives me negative 12. When I add 5a and negative 12a, I get negative 7a.
Negative 7. Yeah.
5
You said 12.
positives, 12
I
negatives.
want to see the ones on the bottom.
Different signs. We subtract.
Okay.
We end up with a negative 7a. And these examples are harder than the ones you're going to practice on your own today. But I wanted to show you some more difficult problems so you kind of knew what you're going to see moving forward. All right, last example. I've got 7 plus negative 4b plus negative 7b plus negative 6b plus negative 5. Whew, I got a lot of negatives in there.
Like, so 7 plus negative 4b plus negative 5.
7b plus negative 6b plus negative 5.
That looks like a 5.
Okay, now, first thing I did was marked my like terms. Can I combine my 7 with my 4b? Can I combine my 7 with my 7b? Can I combine my 7 with my 6b?
Nope.
Can I combine my 7 with my 5?
Yep.
My negative 5, yes. Okay, so that's why I circled those two, because they are like. The 3 in the middle all have b's, so I can combine all 3. Do you guys agree? Okay. All right, when I combine 7 and negative 5, what do I get? 7 plus negative 5, 2. Got to go back to those negative rules. So I have 2. I don't want to give away that part.
Oh,
Can I do it?
Oh, just did.
All right, what about negative 4 plus negative 7 plus negative 6? They're all negative. Negative 4 plus negative 7 plus negative 6. Negative 17b. Can I combine my 2 and my negative 17b? No. That's where I said we're not solving anything. We're just rewriting the expression so that we don't have all of this. Okay? All right. That's as far as we're going to go today. So here's what I want you to do. I'm going to... Hey, we're not done recording, friends. I want you to listen carefully.